It's patch day tomorrow, or it's the 13th if you're not watching this on the 12th. Hooray! The February 2025 patch for Planet Coaster is about to land, and we already know what's in it thanks to the infographic released by Frontier in January. And thankfully, Frontier have also sent me some information and videos to share with you in advance. So let's take a quick tour of everything that we know is coming in the February 2025 update. First off, we've got the return of the Flat Ride Pathos 3. It doesn't seem to have a new name, and it's pretty much behaves the same as it did in the original game. However, it is, of course, customizable with scenery. Next up, we've got the introduction of dueling coasters, so you can now set a coaster to leave the station at the same time as another coaster. On the subject of coasters, you can now swap the original themed trains for generic ones on the wing and junior coasters in this update. There are more coming in the future. And as a side note, the original themed pieces attached to those trains, they're now included as separate scenery pieces to use anywhere in the park. There's also a number of interchangeable coaster cars returning to the game too, meaning that you can use a different coaster train on a track that it wasn't intended to be used on. The list hasn't been confirmed in full yet, it's also one that's happening over the space of a number of updates, but to experience the first batch, you're going to need to activate it in your game preferences. The multi-select tool has had some work, and you can now select what is selected when selecting. Seriously, say select some more. If you don't want to select paths, then you just uncheck the box, and so on. You can now also left-click and drag to activate the multi-select tool. Nice. Billboards have also had an overhaul. First off, there are a whole load of new billboards, of which they are all scalable. Plus, there's an introduction of new videos for us to use, both advertising videos and generic ones. But not only that, PC players will now be able to load in custom videos to screens and audio to speakers. Sorry console players, there is no news for you on that one, I'm afraid. Oh, and by the way, an additional cool but interesting feature is that you can now broadcast the sound from your billboards into your park via park speakers. The guest AI has had a bit of an overhaul, meaning that guests now take varied paths across your park as opposed to the obvious ones that we've been seeing recently. There are also a number of other confirmed updates, but I don't have any more information on these today. But what we do know is that there is improved guest navigation, changes to in-game notifications, enhancements to guest economy, and as always, stability and performance optimizations that we would always see with this kind of update. I'm sure the release notes are going to give us more details on the day of release. Oh, and whilst you're here, Frontier are also going to release more information about future updates in the next Frontier Unlocked event on the 26th of February. So, this is a really short video, it's just the highlights of the stuff that's coming tomorrow. I did promise that I was going to give you any news as I've got it. This is what I've got to give to you. So thanks for sticking around, thanks Frontier for the heads up. I'll see you for the next one.